The crowd inside Rogers Stadium was already shaking the building before Bruno Mars even stepped onto the stage. By the time the lights dimmed on Toronto's third night of the Romantic Tour 2026, thousands of fans were screaming, filming, and chanting as an explosive opening act turned the concert into one of the most talked-about live music moments of the summer. What many fans expected to be a simple warm-up performance quickly transformed into a full-scale spectacle. Long before Bruno Mars made his entrance, the energy inside the stadium had already reached a fever pitch thanks to surprise-heavy performances from Anderson Paak as DJ Pee-wee and rising R&B star Leon Thomas. The combination created an atmosphere so electric that social media clips from the opening hour alone began trending across multiple platforms before the main show even officially began. Toronto had been buzzing all week leading into Night 3. Fans packed downtown streets wearing custom Bruno Mars jackets, retro Silk Sonic-inspired outfits, and glitter-covered tour merchandise. Outside Rogers Stadium, lines stretched for blocks as concertgoers arrived hours early hoping to catch every second of the experience. But almost no one anticipated that the opening act would become one of the defining stories of the night. As stadium speakers blasted classic funk tracks moments before the show began, the crowd erupted when Anderson Paak suddenly appeared behind a massive DJ setup under the alter ego DJ Pee-wee. Dressed in oversized sunglasses, a sparkling varsity jacket, and carrying the kind of charismatic confidence fans have come to expect from the Grammy-winning musician, Anderson instantly took control of the building. What followed felt less like an opening set and more like a headline performance. DJ Pee-wee mixed old-school funk, modern hip-hop, 2000s R&B, and unexpected dance remixes into a non-stop party that had entire sections of Rogers Stadium dancing before sunset fully disappeared over Toronto's skyline. Fans screamed every time Anderson teased Silk Sonic instrumentals or slipped Bruno Mars references into the mix. Then came the moment that changed the atmosphere entirely. Midway through the set, the stadium lights flashed deep red as Leon Thomas walked onto the stage to thunderous applause. The singer-songwriter, whose rising popularity has exploded across streaming platforms in recent months, immediately commanded attention with his smooth vocals and emotionally charged stage presence. Together, Anderson Paak and Leon Thomas delivered a performance that many attendees later described online as unexpectedly legendary. It felt like we were watching a secret Grammy performance before the actual concert even started, one fan posted on X moments after the set ended. Another viral video caption simply read, "Bruno Mars hasn't even appeared yet and Toronto already lost its mind." Inside the venue, the atmosphere became increasingly emotional as fans realized they were witnessing something unique rather than a routine tour opener. Concertgoers waved phone flashlights through the air while singing along to improvised mashups and soulful melodies that echoed through the stadium. Music critic Dana Feldman of North Star Entertainment described the opening sequence as a masterclass in concert pacing. Most opening acts are designed to warm up an audience, Feldman explained. This one completely detonated the energy in the stadium. By the time Bruno Mars appeared, fans were already emotionally and physically exhausted in the best possible way. Behind the scenes, production insiders reportedly spent weeks crafting the timing and transitions between the opening performances and the main show. According to a touring crew member familiar with the production, the goal was to create a continuous emotional experience rather than separate concert segments. They wanted the audience to feel like the night was building chapter by chapter, the crew member said. Anderson brings chaos and celebration. Leon brings emotion and soul. Then Bruno Mars arrives and combines all of it into one massive release. That strategy appeared to work perfectly. By 8:45 p.m., chants of "Bruno, Bruno" echoed across Rogers Stadium at deafening levels. Yet instead of impatience, the audience seemed energized by anticipation. Every delay only intensified the excitement. Large LED screens suddenly flickered to black. A heartbeat sound filled the stadium. Then came the scream. When Bruno Mars finally emerged beneath a shower of gold sparks, Rogers Stadium exploded with noise so intense that videos captured from inside the venue distorted from the volume alone. Fans jumped onto seats, cried openly, and embraced strangers as Bruno launched directly into an explosive opening number. For many attendees, the emotional payoff worked precisely because of the opening act's momentum. "Usually people sit during openers," said Toronto concertgoer Melissa Grant. "Tonight nobody sat down for almost 3 hours straight. The energy never dropped for a second." Throughout the evening, Bruno Mars delivered the polished showmanship that has made him one of the biggest live performers in modern music. His vocals remained razor-sharp while his band moved seamlessly through funk, pop, soul, and R&B influences that have defined his career. But even as Bruno dominated the stage, fans continued discussing the opening performances throughout the night. At concession stands, inside restroom lines, and across social media live streams, concertgoers repeatedly mentioned Anderson Paak's DJ set and Leon Thomas's emotional vocals as unexpected highlights. Some even compared the experience to a mini music festival compressed into one evening. Entertainment journalist Marcus Reeves noted that the structure of the show reflected a growing trend among elite touring artists. "Major performers are no longer treating opening acts like filler," Reeves explained. "They're curating complete experiences." Bruno Mars understands audience psychology better than almost anyone touring today. Indeed, much of the success appeared rooted in careful emotional pacing. Anderson Paak energized the crowd with humor and unpredictability. Leon Thomas added intimacy and vulnerability. Then Bruno Mars arrived as the climactic payoff. The result felt cinematic. Throughout the performance, Bruno frequently paused to acknowledge Toronto's energy, visibly smiling as fans screamed lyrics back toward the stage. At one point, he appeared genuinely shocked by the audience volume after finishing a slower ballad. "You all came ready tonight," Bruno told the crowd. "Toronto got something different in the water." The comment instantly triggered another eruption inside Rogers Stadium. Industry observers say the Toronto shows are becoming increasingly important within the Romantic Tour 2026, particularly because fan-recorded clips continue dominating short-form video platforms. Several moments from Night 3 accumulated millions of views within hours, including Anderson Paak dancing behind the DJ booth and Bruno Mars laughing during an improvised interaction with fans near the front row. One viral clip showed the exact moment Bruno stepped onto the stage as the audience reaction became almost physically overwhelming. Another widely shared video captured Leon Thomas backstage embracing Anderson Paak moments before their set began. Music producer Eli Navarro believes those unscripted emotional moments are driving the tour's viral success. "Fans don't just want perfection anymore," Navarro said. "They want authenticity." Bruno Mars concerts feel alive because unexpected things happen. Toronto Night 3 had that feeling from beginning to end. The show also highlighted how carefully Bruno Mars continues protecting his reputation as one of live entertainment's premier performers. While many modern arena tours rely heavily on visual effects, pre-recorded vocals, or social media gimmicks, Bruno's performances remain rooted in musicianship and audience connection. That authenticity appears to resonate strongly with younger audiences discovering him through viral concert clips. Outside Rogers Stadium after the concert ended, fans continued singing songs while crowds flooded downtown Toronto streets well past midnight. Traffic stopped for blocks as people replayed videos from the opening act and debated their favorite moments from the show. "It honestly felt historic," said 19-year-old concertgoer Jasmine Rivera. "You could feel the energy before Bruno Mars even walked out. I've never experienced anything like that." Others praised the chemistry between Anderson Paak and Bruno Mars, whose Silk Sonic collaboration remains beloved among fans years after its release. When Anderson started teasing Silk Sonic sounds, everyone completely lost control, another attendee laughed. The entire stadium was screaming. Even security staff reportedly struggled to contain audience excitement during certain moments. Multiple fans near the barricade described emotional reactions including tears, shaking, and overwhelming excitement as Bruno performed some of his biggest hits later in the night. Toronto radio personality Kevin Brooks later described the atmosphere as controlled chaos. "I've covered concerts for 15 years, Brooks said during a late-night radio segment. This was different. You could feel the anticipation physically inside the stadium." As clips from the concert continued spreading online overnight, entertainment analysts predicted that Toronto Night 3 could become one of the defining viral moments of the tour. Hashtags connected to Bruno Mars, Anderson Paak, DJ Pee Wee, and Leon Thomas quickly climbed trending charts across North America. By early morning, fan accounts were already calling the performance the best stop of the tour so far. Neither Bruno Mars nor his team immediately commented publicly on the viral reaction. However, sources close to the production reportedly viewed the Toronto response as confirmation that the tour's evolving format is working exactly as intended. For longtime fans, the night represented more than just another arena concert. It became a reminder of why Bruno Mars continues standing apart in an era dominated by algorithm-driven pop moments and disposable viral trends. At Rogers Stadium, the excitement was real. The screams were real. And before Bruno Mars even appeared, Toronto already knew it was witnessing something unforgettable. By the end of the night, thousands of fans walked out believing they had experienced not just a concert, but a cultural moment, one fueled by anticipation, emotion, surprise, and the kind of live energy that cannot be replicated through a phone screen. And somehow, it all started before the main act even arrived.